Hello everyone, welcome back. Today I will show you how to crochet this top. The stitch is very easy, just pay attention to the design and assembling process. Other than that, if you are ready, grab your yarn, crochet hook, give this video a thumbs up, and let's get to work. Alright, let's make the top, the t-shirt, call it whatever you want. This is how it looks like. It's a rectangle with sleeves and opening for your head. That's it. Super simple. We're gonna have a front panel, a back panel. We'll add the sleeves and work the neckline. If you want to add slits, refer to my previous video where I'm showing how to work the slits around. I preferred, since this is a t-shirt type, not to have any slits. What you will need to create this project: you'll need some stitch markers. If you don't have stitch markers, you can use safety pins. Anything works, really. You can even use a piece of yarn to mark it. Anyway, nothing complicated. The hook that I used is a G6 or 4mm hook. You will need a darning needle. Any craft store, even Walmart, has those. Pair of scissors anyone has at home. Measuring tape to measure yourself. Gotta have centimeters because I cannot think inches, even though I'm trying. And yarn. So my top weighed 382 grams. So size is extra small, small, medium. You are safe with 400 grams. I think extra small will probably be okay with 300 grams, but small and medium, 400 grams for sure. Extra large, extra large, you guys are gonna need, I would say 500 grams, and 2XL, 3XL, 600, and so on. Buy extra, you can always return it, save the receipt. So for the yarn, this yarn is discontinued. Hobby Lobby is not selling it anymore. You can see I bought it on clearance for like $1.37. I bought a few of these. So the red one is red, plain and simple, glint of glam. But actually you can buy any yarn will work. Any cotton or acrylic or acrylic cotton, bamboo, whatever, really doesn't matter on the fiber. Just get something that will require is a light number 3, and that will require, this one says requires a 3.25mm needles. I went, like I said, with a 4mm crochet hook and almost 100 grams, so I used 4 of this. Well, the stripes, obviously. So for the navy blue, navy, again, pretty simple, same specs of the yarn, and then the white. Why you're gonna need the measuring tape is to measure the circumference of your bust. If you are making it for yourself, measure yours. If you're making it for somebody else, I will pin down the table of the Yarn Craft Council, or however it's called. It will give you all the measurements that you need: the length of the project, the width of the project, the arm side, whatever opening. Oh, let me tell you what is my arm opening. Usually I go 8 to 9 inches, depends. So this one, yep, 8 inches or 20.5 centimeters. That's my typical normal arm opening that I'm comfortable with. The neckline opening, if you're curious, is what, 9.5 inches, 24 centimeters. And the length of the project is 55 centimeters or 22 inches. But it really depends on your body type or how long you want it. If you want to make a t-shirt dress, keep going with the panels and you're going to have a t-shirt dress. Just make sure to leave slits on the side so when you walk, you have some room to walk in. When you measure the circumference of your bust, So obviously the circumference of my bust is not 20 and a half inches. I mean, or okay, 21 and 21, 42 inches, or 106 centimeters. It's less. But when you measure it tightly. And okay, let's say the circumference is 30. What you need to do is, you don't want the t-shirt to be super tight to your body. You need to add either 1 inch to each side, or 2 inches, or 1.5 inches, whatever you want to add the exact amount to the left and to the right. So let's say we want to add 1 inch to the left, 1 inch to the right. So the total of our width will be 17 inches. Okay. If you want to make it oversized or a little more flowier, add another inch or half an inch. Add to the circumference of the bust, unless you want this to be super fit. Up to you. It's possible, you can go for it, but the design is for a t-shirt, therefore I'm letting you know. For the stitch, I found it on Pinterest. I don't have the chart. If I find where I found it, I'll let you know. But it's a super easy stitch. I will show you with this yarn, with the green yarn, because it's much easier to see instead of showing you with white or navy or red. The only stitches that we're using are single crochets and double crochets, but we will put the double crochets in crisscross. So let me go ahead and show you. All right, for this design, we'll need an odd number of chains. Just cast whatever amount you want. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That's enough. So 15. Next, single crochet into the next chain from the hook and into each chain till the end of the row. And now I have 14 single crochets. Turn. We'll start with a double crochet, or with chain 3 that counts as a double crochet. Next, you will yarn over, skip the next stitch, double crochet into the next. Yarn over, go back into the skipped stitch, insert the hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. That's your X. Yarn over, skip the next, double crochet into the next, yarn over, go backwards into the skipped one and put a double crochet in it. And same till the end. Skip the next, double crochet into the next, and you're working both loops. Yarn over, go into the skipped, double crochet in it. Yarn over, skip the next, double crochet into the next, yarn over into the skipped one, double crochet in it, yarn over, skip one, double crochet into the next, yarn over, double crochet into the skipped, again yarn over, skip one, double crochet into the next, yarn over, double crochet into the skipped. You should be left with 1 stitch. Into it you will put a double crochet. There we go. This is the one side, this is the other side. So turn, chain 1, single crochet into the first stitch, and single crochet in each stitch till the end. You should end up with same 14 chains, or whatever the beginning, the first row was. And make sure to not forget to put a single crochet into the 3rd chain from the beginning, because that's our double crochet. So this is the first stripe. So if you're changing colors, we'll change the color now. So I chained 1, pull long loop, cut off the yarn. If you're working with the same color, turn, chain 1, single crochet into the first stitch, single crochet into the next, and 1 single crochet till the end. This is what we have. Turn, and you will repeat what you did here. Chain 3 counts as a double crochet, yarn over, skip the next, double crochet into the next, yarn over, double crochet into the skipped, double crochet, skip 1, double crochet into the next, yarn over, double crochet into the skipped, skip 1, double crochet into the next, double crochet into the skipped, skip 1, double crochet into the next, double crochet into the skipped, so on till the end of the row. Once you're done with the row, you will have 1 stitch left. Put a double crochet in it. And this is pretty much it. This is how it's going to go. You're going to turn, single crochets, turn, single crochets, turn again. All right, so these are the rectangles. This is the front rectangle, and you can pause the video and count how many stripes I have if you want exactly the same. So I put the red stripes in between, and I sewed both panels with a whip stitch. I used each tail to, here I'll show you. So I would use these 2 tails, the blue one, to sew this part, and then I tie them together. So then I move to the next color and to the next color. So my front panel obviously is much shorter than, well, not much, a couple of rows shorter than the back panel. So let's see, the back panel is 3 stripes more, or 2 stripes. It's more rows because, you know, we have single crochets and double crochets and single crochets. So 1, 2 extra stripes is for the back, plus I added the shoulder panels. So you will put it on and see how much you want to leave for your neck opening, and you will carry on with the next rows and add the shoulder panels. For now, I added only 1 stripe on each, the same amount of stitches from both sides. If I will need to add more, obviously I'm changing colors. Here on the front panel, you will have to measure the exact same amount of stitches as you have on the back panel. Put stitch markers, and you will add the shoulder panels, you know, the length of these 2. So I would have 1 blue stripe, 1 white, and 1 blue. And here are my stitch markers. So when you will be counting, let me get a close up. Okay, so now when you're going to be counting your shoulder panels, see, we started here with 1 single crochet. Then you are going to have your pairs. I have 13 pairs. This is the 13th pair, which means that it ends here. Then you will need to add an extra stitch, so you have your double crochet here. So your panel starts with a double crochet and ends with a double crochet, just like our whole panel. And your shoulder repeats the same. It's hard to see with blue on black, but I'll show you in white. So here was my 13th pair, and then I added 1 more. So however many pairs you're gonna need, you're gonna utilize the next stitch. And now you're going to join for your shoulder panels just like you would do the regular row. Join with a single crochet or slip stitch and single crochet into the first, and put single crochets in each stitch until you reach your stitch marker. When it comes for this shoulder panel, you will have to join also on this side when it's turned towards you. So you'll have to join right here and go there. Don't join on the other side, otherwise your rows are going to be inverted. So, all right, once you are done, I had to put this white piece of paper so you guys can see better. You have to utilize the stitch where you put the stitch marker into. So go ahead and do that. And you are going to carry on with the pattern. So chain 3, that's your double crochet. Skip 1 double crochet into the next, then go into the skipped chain and carry on like we did for the entire pattern. You're skipping 1 double crochet into the next and then come back into the previous all the way till the end. And if everything was counted correctly, you should have 1 stitch left at the end and put a double crochet in it. If you don't have enough stitches or it doesn't add up, just you're gonna have to add another stitch here. So started with the double crochet, ended with the double crochet, and the amount of double crochets in between. And now you will turn and finish off just like we did the other stripes. Chain 1, single crochet into the first, and 1 single crochet in each stitch till the end of the row. I want you to please note one important thing. The total amount of rows of the front panel and the back panel should equal, which means even taking in consideration the shoulder panels, that too. So the total amount of all rows should be equal. So finish the shoulder panels, sew them together, everything with the, make sure it's turned with the wrong side towards you so nobody sees the tails. So once the shoulder panels are done, you fold like this. Let's pretend I'm done with them. So you fold them, and when you fold them, because you have the same amount of stitches on both sides, that's why it's very important. When you sew stitch on stitch, I usually do the whip stitch with the needle. You will have the equal amount, and you will use each stitch to sew them together. And this will be your neckline opening. So because this is basic and you can do it by yourself, you don't need a lot of guidance. Let's go ahead and finish the shoulder panels, and we'll come back. I'll show you how I'm gonna work out the neck opening and what we're gonna do for sleeves. And this is one of the sleeves ready. I went in circles and carried on the same design. Finished off with the navy blue because that's my starting color, so it all pulls together. Let's go ahead and do the sleeve. So row of double crochets, then single crochets, then the X's, and so on. I chose to have this many rows or sections. You can keep going for as long as you want the sleeve to be, or you can stop at 1 or 2 rows, totally up to you. The garment is turned with the right side towards you, and we will start in the armpit. Make a slip knot and let's join. We'll join in the in this row of single crochets. I will go around both loops and tighten it, and then chain 2. That will count as a double crochet. Now I will put 1 double crochet around the double crochet, then into the single crochet right here, into the next single crochet, and around the leg. So this is how you are going to be going. You will put 1 double crochet around each row. So we have single crochet, double crochet, all the way around. If you want your sleeves to be wider, you will you can put 2 double crochets around the leg of the, around the leg of the double crochet. Other than, well, I want my sleeves to be a little more like not as floppy, a little kind of put together. So I'm putting 1 double crochet around each row. So here's the row of white single crochets, and then the blue single crochet, and then the blue double crochet, and the blue single crochet. And I'm moving into the white single crochet again. I'm getting close to finishing this round. Around the double crochet, around the single crochet, and we are going to slip stitch into the 3rd chain from the beginning. You will have a little gap here, but we will use the tail that we left to sew this gap together. So now flip the work, and you will be working from the wrong side out. Chain 1 and single crochet into that first stitch or into the same stitch, and now single crochet in each stitch around. Okay, for my round I'm ending up with 2 single crochets where I can put the X and slip stitch. Okay, let me show you this. So if you have a correct number of stitches, you do the last X, slip stitch into the 3rd chain from the beginning, turn or flip the work, chain 1 and single crochet into that stitch, and then single crochet into the next, single crochet into the next, and so on. 1 single crochet all the way around and join here, and continue, flip it and continue with the design. Again, chain 3 and do X's. Let's pretend you have only 1 stitch left and you cannot put an X here. So you will yarn over, I'll skip this one, we'll pretend that it's not there. You will double crochet into the last, and so now you have 2 double crochets. You will slip stitch into the double crochet. When you turn, you're gonna chain 1, insert into the chain 3, pull up a loop, insert into the standalone double crochet, pull up a loop, and yarn over, pull through all the loops. So now you have 2 together, so you have 1 single crochet left, and then you will put 1 single crochet in each stitch. You're gonna go all the way around. You will put single crochet here, slip stitch into the single crochet, flip, chain 3, and now these turned into 1, so you will have the needed amount of stitches for the X's to work out. All right, once you reach the desired length of the sleeve, for me this is this, chain 1 and single crochet 1, cut off the yarn, and without flipping the work, so this is going to be only for the last round, you will add a round of single crochets and join into the chain 3 where you finished, chain 1, pull it tightly, single crochet into the same stitch, and you will put 1 single crochet in each stitch around. And we're here at the end, single crochet into the last and slip stitch into the first single crochet, chain 1, pull up a long tail, cut off the yarn, and that is it for our sleeve. And here they are, side to side. I'll work in the tails later, but this is what we have. And like I said, when I started, I kind of like when they're a little gathered. Plus, it does have a little stretch. It depends which yarn you're working with and how you want your sleeve to be. All right, now let's work on the neckline. I wanted to make it white first, but because all the edges are navy blue, I will have to use the navy blue. So what we are going to do is leave the garment turned with the right side towards us, but we're going to flip it so the back panel is facing up. And you can either count or eyeball the middle of the back panel. I'll join somewhere in a stitch. It doesn't matter where. Chain 1, tighten, and single crochet. Even though we have single crochets here, I don't want to add too much to the neckline, maybe 1 or 2 rounds of single crochets. Since this round of single crochets is turned with the wrong side towards us, then we are going to have the next one with the right side facing us. So we are keeping it consistent. And I will put 1 single crochet all the way until I reach the shoulder panel, maybe a few stitches away from it. We'll stop a few stitches before the shoulder panel. All right, I have 2 stitches left. So what I will do is put these 2 and the single crochet and the double crochet together. So insert into the next stitch, pull up a loop, insert into the next stitch, pull up a loop, insert into the single crochet row, pull up a loop, and insert around the double crochet, pull up a loop. So you're gonna have 5 loops on the hook. Yarn over, pull through all the loops. This way the edges are not going to be a 90-degree angle. This will be a little softened. So now turn or kind of flip it, and here we will follow what we had on the sleeve, only instead of double crochets we'll be putting single crochets. So single crochet into the next single crochet. Oh, that's my seam, so I'm gonna put it into somewhere in here, then around the double crochet, then around the single crochet, around the single crochet, around the double crochet, around the single crochet. Kind of follow the same what you did for the sleeves, like I said, until we reach this corner. So here I will repeat what we did in the back. Around the double crochet, pull up a loop, around the single crochet, pull up a loop, into the next single crochet of the front panel, and into the next single crochet of the front panel. So again, 5 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through all, and now it should make sense. So you can see how it rounded here, same we'll do around here. So all I'm gonna do this off camera. I'll put 1 single crochet in each until I'm 2 stitches away from this panel. Okay, got the corner. So into the next, pull up a loop, into the next, pull up a loop, around this single crochet, pull up a loop, and around the double crochet, pull up a loop. 5 stitches or 5 loops, pull through all of them. And you can see how it rounded. I can't see. There we go. How it rounded here. So I'll use the same method to work this shoulder. Okay, we'll go into the single crochet with the single crochet, into the white, around the double crochet, into the next white, into the blue, around the double crochet, into the single crochet, and here is our seam. Let's put it into the seam. There we go. And we are at the back panel. So now we'll go around the double crochet, around the single crochet, into the first and into the second. And again, we have 5. yarn over, pull through all the loops, and in each stitch until you reach the beginning of the round. All right, I'm gonna add a little bit of exposure to this picture so you can see better the contrast. Here is the neckline. You can see how it became rounded and we don't have any sharp edges. So now you have the option to stop or add a couple more rounds. You will chain 1 and single crochet into the same stitch, and 1 single crochet in each stitch around, like so, just to get you started. And then again, chain 1, you know, come around. So this is pretty much it. To show you a quick way how to close that gap in the armpit. So you would use the tail, go around the base of the double crochet, and go around the base of this one. Then pull a few loops, maybe 2 from this side, 2 from that side, and kind of close it. Or 1 loop will work. Oh, sorry. Anyway, sew them together, and that's how you are going to close that little gap in the armpit where your 2 double crochets, the beginning and the end. And this was it for the tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, it was an easy stitch, but it took a little more time with the design and details. You have a great weekend. I will see you next time. Take care. Bye.